Welcome to Brave Alliance Episode 5. I'm JRPG Live. I'm back this week. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed our guest host last week. We're going to do some more guests in the future, so if you enjoy Pound Town or anybody else in particular, you might see them on here in the future. With my normal co host, Lethality. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Good to see you back on the show.
Yeah.
We missed you last week, but I think Pound Town did a really good job. Shout out to Pound Town for stopping by and helping me out in your absence.
Yeah, definitely thanks to him for coming on, and I'm sure everybody enjoyed hearing a new perspective. But
Yeah.
I'm back, so you get to listen to my salt. And this week, I actually don't have much of that. I actually have a lot of sugar. So, A2 is bugged. I pulled her. I know you pulled her. And
Yeah.
quite a few people on my friends list have pulled her. And everybody was really hyped for her release. And it turns out that offensive heal combo is bugged and does not chain. It absolutely cannot chain because of the way the heal frame works. And it just is completely bugged. Luckily, we got confirmation from Gumi that it is going to be fixed, and it's supposed to chain.
Yes, it will be chaining. There's actually a various amount of bugs on A2 at the moment, courtesy of Shally Monster, who is one of the devs at Gumi. She replied to Clayik, who's also a big Brave Exvius streamer, in response to the situation with the bug that, or the bugs rather, that were that are affecting A2. So she said that in a few, I don't remember if it's this maintenance or the next maintenance, but somewhere in the very near future, she will be fixed. And she will be able to chain with not only that, but I believe there's a few other skills she should be able to chain with, but she currently is unable to.
Okay. Yeah, and I know her limit break is bugged at the moment as well. Not actually a terrible bug, kind of a useful bug because it's supposed to deal damage over time to A2, and it does not. So that's kind of a neat bonus in exchange for offensive heal combo not chaining, but hopefully they fix that this patch because that's going to be really awesome, and it's going to make her the unit that everyone had originally thought she was going to be, the powerhouse that they thought she was going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, even in her current state, I mean, she does a tremendous amount of damage.
Oh yeah,
Just imagine the damage she should be dealing due to the bugs.
right.
Speaking of bugs, there is also another bug that unfortunately this patch will be taken care of. Is the 2B or not 2? 2B with the pod
Oh,
on a specific type of phone, which particularly the Samsung Galaxy S4 would allow to do tremendous amounts of damage. And when I say tremendous amount of damage, I mean two-shotting Aegeon Trial, which is, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys pretty much struggled trying to beat it. You know, I know a lot of people took several hours to beat the trial. But yeah, particularly it was the 32-bit phone with any phone with 32-bit architecture.
right.
But the most notable one was the Samsung Galaxy S4, just because it's one of the most newer, well, not really newer, but the newest and latest possible phone. I don't believe the S5 did. It was a rumor that it was, but I believe it was shot down. It was just the S4 and back.
Okay.
For Samsung phones, but any other phone with 32-bit architecture was affected by it. And there was actually two bugs to it. You would either do stupid amounts of damage, and I mean like billions of damage, and this also worked for any other monster that was a machine. So
Right.
it also worked for the trial, or for the current raid event, and the trial, and anybody else. But for the most part, the other bug was that you would do either just 1 point of damage, no matter what you did, no matter how stacked she was. It was all based on the architecture of the phone. Certain I don't remember the exact specifics of it. Essentially, what it was is that something in the architecture and the way that the app was built for that particular phone or that whatever the software you were running, it would trigger a specific type of code that would either cause the infinite damage or the 1 damage bug.
Yeah, pretty interesting bug, actually. I have no idea how they're going to fix that. Good luck to them. Hopefully, they can pinpoint the problem. But yeah, pretty crazy. I did quite a bit of reading about the bug, and I was actually able to duplicate it on one of my old tablets. Unfortunately, I had beaten Igon earlier that day, so it was kind of unfortunate. But I was able to reproduce it, and I thought it was interesting. Um, I know it worked on a lot of Apple products, and yeah,
Or like older iPads and such.
yeah. It was just super weird bug, and I am glad they're fixing it because on the normal source of my play on Nox, I first used 2B and was like, oh, this sounds great. I'm gonna do extra damage to machines, and no, I'm doing a lot less. I'm doing one, so I'm glad they're gonna fix that because that buff is gonna be pretty cool when you use it legitimately, and yeah, I think, I mean, this is a huge bug. It needs to be patched. So if if you exploited it, cool. If not, you're out of luck. Time's up.
Yeah, time is up, unfortunately. Um, the last thing, kind of just want to touch base on, just kind of a thing that we is the little bundle that they released for 2B and E2 that actually includes Machine Killer for 3,000 Lapis among, the typical 60 larger Cactar and the Awakening stuff. The Machine Killer material alone kind of helps the overall price point of
Oh
what
yeah.
the bundle's worth, considering that Machine Killer is a free materia that I don't think is available through anybody's TMR, so it's an exclusive um, available materia that I don't think is available anywhere else.
Machine Killer is Edgar's TMR.
Ah, it's Edgar's TMR.
Yeah,
Okay.
still wonderful to get an extra one or one at all if you don't have Edgar's TMR like me.
Yeah. Yeah. So you don't have the time to farm it unless you have a million Edgars. So for all you whales out there, I'm sure you guys have millions of Edgars. Um, but yes. So moving on.
Yeah. Well, speaking of bundles, though, tonight or after maintenance, the gold and copper bundles reset. I think that's what they were called, but it will be on August 18th that they reset. So
Yes, so on this coming Friday, the bundles will be coming back. We touched base on these when they first announced this back at the beginning of the month, um, providing, I believe the first one gives you just a summoning ticket, some energy, Cactar, and a King Snapper, I believe. And then the other one is the better bundle, which is the $12 bundle, $12 or $13,
yeah,
which gives you the 4-star guaranteed EX ticket, 2,500 lapis, some energy.
I think there was a 10% mog, maybe, or was that
Mm-mm.
might have been a
I think it
different
was
one. It was a
yeah,
ticket and then the mog, which they were different bundles. I think.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but not bad.
No, not bad
That's
at all.
definitely a good bundle. So if you're into good bundles, waiting for that little bit of money to spend, I think $13 for that is a good deal. Good deal.
Yeah, good deal.
All right. Also, live with the coming patch, we're gonna have the new batch of enhancements, and that's part of the Seiken Densetsu characters and Soliel. So that'll be interesting if you have Randy. I mean, I know they were. Are they limited units? You can't pull them anymore, right?
No, you can't pull them. Yes.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
thought
they
they
were
were
not.
they
They
were
were not
gone.
limited. No, they were not limited
Okay.
because Marie was able to be pulled. I believe somebody on Discord
Oh yeah,
actually
Marie.
came up with, but I managed to pull Marie. So Marie was on the original banner with Randy. Uh, but Marie,
Yeah,
no,
Marie is getting enhancements.
Marie's a 5-star base though. So
Yeah.
no, Marie was on a separate banner.
Okay.
But no, I don't think no Randy no because Randy came out with Prim and Papoy, and
Yes.
I've definitely pulled Papoy and Grace or Prim since then. So I don't think they were exclusive, at least not Randy
Hmm.
or Prim and Papoy. But
Okay.
I
Yeah, but
haven't pulled a Randy, so I don't know.
they're getting a couple of enhancements, which I think are cool.
Yeah.
I think Randy's enhancements are good if you have them. Um, Marie's enhancements are definitely good.
Yeah, she actually gets a full set of exclusive, global exclusive enhancements.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Sorry, not Marie. Soleil. Soleil actually has her own full-on awakening enhancements that are different from JP. Not hugely different, but slightly different.
Okay.
I believe she actually gets solid stats as opposed to a randomized stat for all her dances.
Okay.
Of course, the actual statistics haven't been released yet, so we won't know until the patch is released and we get the full details on her awakening. But yeah, she is going to be getting those exclusive, global exclusive changes to her as opposed to everybody else. Grace, Prim, Papoy, and Aiden are all getting enhancements. Papoy is the only one that's getting a 6-star enhancement from the 3-star base. Um, Out of everybody outside of Marie, I think Soleil and Grace are getting probably the best enhancements. I mean, Randy's are good, don't get me wrong, but I don't think if you have Randy and you have other 5-star base attacking units, I don't think he's going to be replacing any of them anytime soon.
Right.
But if he is one of the few 5-stars you have, his enhancements are definitely going to be good. He does get some enhancements for his auto charge, which is his LB gauge increase. He definitely gets a huge boost at level 1, and at level 2 he actually does get an exclusive upgrade to his attack on top of a second great increase on the limit gauge increase. He gets Mana Bond, which also gets a special I believe something exclusive to global, just slightly altered between two resistances for poison and stone resistance. I believe at the first time it does, I think, instantly get the 100% as opposed to a massive increase, but I'm not 100% sure yet if that's going to be official or not.
Okay. Sounds pretty good though.
Yeah. His Hero of Legend is also getting an increase on attack, defense, and spirit at the first awakening. At the second awakening, he also gets a secondary increase on attack, and it boosts his attack when equipped with a one-handed weapon, and the other hand is empty, so no shield, no nothing else. As opposed to JP, which I believe does not get that boost.
That's kind of cool. It's like a new version of double hand, kind of.
Yeah. So I don't know if that'll stack with double hand, because technically, not having anything on the other hand, but if you're using double hand, you are using the other weapon on your other hand. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll have to test that out
yeah,
once the patches are. Well, I don't have a Randy, so I can't test it out. But for those of you that do have Randy, test it out and let us know. Maybe let us know in the comments or Discord or whatever you guys have us on, if you have us. And his only other addition boost outside of Power Charge, which is the same as JP, which boosts attack, defense, and spirit, and enables some special abilities at the second enhancement. Is Slice Thrice, which boosts a large amount of damage and it increases the hit count. It's not by much. I think it's 3 or 4 hits. Um, but that is exclusive to global. I
Okay.
don't know if these enhancements are going to be coming to JP um, during their next maintenance or anytime soon, but this is exclusive to global.
That's cool. Extra couple of hits for him, so
Yeah,
that'll be always useful. Take a
yeah.
couple of hits, add to the combo. Cool. Um, so do we want to move on, or did you want to talk about any of the other enhancements?
We could briefly, yeah, I can go over the other ones real quick.
Okay.
Let's see. Grace,
Yeah, I guess
Grace
I know.
gets, Grace does get her Battle Cyborg Unlimited and Last Sequence increases. Battle Cyborg at level 1 gives her an extra 30% HP and resistance to all elements by 30%. And at level 2, she gains an attack and defense increase as well of 30%. Unlimited gets a random use of 150% attack, magic, defense. It's essentially a full buff for herself for 5 turns. Or she gets Berserk, which increases her attack by 300%. It's a 50-50 chance. It could cast either one. But at level 2, it'll cast the 150% boost at 100% rate. So if you want to have that chance at Berserk, you can keep it at level 1. If not, you keeping that level 2 on there for the guaranteed 150% buff is always good.
Okay, so not bad, but I mean, at least she's getting some kind of buff.
Yeah. And then for her last, which is last sequence, which is her self-destruct, essentially, um, it gets a reduced MP cost of 50, or it gets dropped down to 50. And let's see, she does a 1200% modifier. Actually, no. That's just only the MP cost gets reduced at level 1. At level 2, the modifier gets increased to 1600% AoE damage, and then or uses up 1200%. Hang on, else is 100 HP. I think it's either or. She gets
Huh.
either the self-destruct or she loses all of her HP for a 1200% modifier plus 1 physical attack. I actually
Interesting.
haven't used Grace, so I'm not too familiar with how that's going to work.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I haven't leveled her. I've farmed the shades, but that's about it. But 1600% modifier sounds pretty good. Could be a okay finisher. I mean, you could only use it once.
Yeah.
Situationally, you're not gonna want to bring her back and keep doing it. That's just impractical. So, yeah, if you got one shot, one opportunity, then just blow up.
Yeah, boom, boom. Came over.
Yeah, it sounds okay.
Yeah. Everybody else doesn't really get anything super notable. Prim gets for her heal water gets an increased AoE of 1000 HP heal with the 3.4 modifier, and at level 2 gains a 5 times modifier on the 1000 heal for AoE.
Okay.
Saint Beam gets a 400% AoE percentage modifier on her light attack, and at level 2 gains a 3-turn 50% light resistance imperil for the enemy. And her revive gets increased to 60% HP at level 1, and at level 2 it becomes a full raise. So that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Cool.
If you don't have any of the important healers or any of the full supports, that's definitely a great addition to her stats. For Papoy, Acid Storm, which gets a modifier of 20% attack bonus, At level 2, it gains a 300% modifier on the water magic damage and a 40% increase to attack and defense. Or, sorry, a decrease for the enemy. Burst gets a 300% modifier on the magic attack portion of it. And at level 2, it gains a 3-turn magic and spirit debuff for the enemy of 40%. Fina, I believe this is her second set of enhancements.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember she got an upgrade. Oh, no, that was her 6-star when they trolled us with Warrior Light before it came out. Right,
Yes.
that was an enhancement, just 6-star.
Yeah, just a 6-star, but yeah, technically, yes. She does get enhancements this time around for her 6-star.
Okay.
She gets her Kiraga gets a MP reduction cost of 5, and at level 2, it gets a 1,000 heal modifier with a 3.4 modifier on that. Cheer gets just MP reductions from 48 down to 36 at level 1 and down to 24 at level 2. Nothing to see there. And then she gets some materia enhancements, which are the 50% bonus spirit when equipped with a bow and LB fill rate of 100% at level 2.
Nah. Well, I mean, could be useful if you haven't done the story trials yet, or the Rain Lastwell Fina trials.
Yeah.
You might think about upgrading those to make your life a little bit easier, because that would definitely help.
And I think that's it. Aiden, I don't believe, has gotten his enhancement information released yet,
Oh,
so we
okay.
won't know until next week.
Probably nothing good, but we can hope.
Yeah, we can hope. All right, let's see. Moving on to our next topic,
Our
which
new
is
global exclusive trial.
trial.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty cool, pretty awesome.
Trial.
Global exclusive trials.
Yeah, this time around we get Marlborough. For those of you who have played any of the older Final Fantasies, or even more recently the Final Fantasy 14, I'm sure you guys have seen Marlborough at some point during the story. So now you get to fight one in Brave Exvius.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I know Malboros are basically the Final Fantasy king of status effects, so I'm sure they're just going to throw an insane amount of status effects at us.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely going to be heavily status ailment heavy. I believe, just based on kind of just briefly going over like the little tidbits that they gave us, be careful of Great Marlborough's huge mouth. So it almost seems like he'll be getting rid of one of your units for either a set amount of time or permanently.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
There are a couple trials that you do lose your unit permanently.
So I think it'll be similar to Snort, but he's going to eat you instead.
Yeah, instead of eat you, yeah. Let's see. And then now here's something that was kind of interesting. It says even if there's only one Marlborough alive, he's still very dangerous, which leads to believe there might be even more than one at a time.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, if we look at the Marlborough history in Final Fantasy, we know that in the early Final Fantasies, they always appeared in groups. So it wasn't until the very late 10 plus end of Final Fantasies did they start showing up by themselves and becoming just huge, massive monsters. They've been large for a while, but they were only like single lone predators at the end of Final Fantasy. So it is very possible that there could be more than one. Or maybe I'm not sure how a Marlborough would have different parts, but that could also be a thing.
Yeah, more than likely it'll be the former of just going in pairs, or groups.
Yeah, I think
as opposed
three of
to
them might be about right.
Yeah. Now you can only imagine I mean, I can't imagine it being as hard as Aegon Trial,
Right.
but it'll definitely be up there as in forms of having to deal with more than just one unit or more than one enemy at a time. For those of you that have completed the Octopus Trial, that was definitely something that was a bit annoying, having to deal with both of them at the same time and having to deal with different elements at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Granted, with this one, you're going to have to be dealing with different status elements, similar to the Echidna trial, where she did throw out Stone, Charm, Paralyze. So she did a couple of things to keep you on your toes, but I think this one's going to be 10 times worse.
Yeah, yeah. Bad Breath, I mean, it's a famous ability. We know it wreaks a lot of havoc. So, I just hope you got some kind of cure for stuff like AoE status cure or some kind of prevention because it's going to be pretty bad.
Yeah, so a couple of units that are probably going to be recommendable to you would be like Tillith, if you happen to pull Tillith. She has a AoE team status ailment clear.
Yep.
Cloud of Darkness can make a return into this, into your team. She does have Comeback, which allows removes any status effects on your own team. But the rewards for beating the trial, if you beat it on Advanced, you get the 100 Lapis. If you beat it on Pro, you get the 1 rare summoning ticket. If you beat it on Elite, however, you will be getting a whip, which is called Marlboro's Tentacle. It's going to be giving you 20 attack and 118 magic, and it'll also give you an increased magic damage against plant and demon monsters.
Nice, very nice. I think that kind of approach to killers applying for like mages or magic abilities are a step in the right direction, something they need to become more viable and compete with physical damage dealers, because physical damage dealers reign supreme. They are king of the castle as far as damage.
Yeah, and there are going to be future trials which will only allow magic damage. They're going to be a 100% physical resistance. So definitely starting to get some more magic things going on for your squad is going to be very helpful. And starting to get some mages on your squad. I know a lot of people don't even carry any mages with them unless they have Ashe because she's a good chainer. But other than that, most of the other mages are just kind of chilling on the bench, and all the big chainers or even the strong finishers like Fravia, Olive are all just, kind of sitting at the top of the list. The rest of the rewards, though, however, again, going back to the helping of the mages in the future, Marlboro's Whisper, which is a very, very good materia. It's essentially Ace's materia from Final Fantasy from Type 0, which is the 30% magic and 20% HP. If you evoke... Oh, that's for using a limit burst, by the way. If you evoke Ifrit, you will be getting Marlboro's Eye, which increases resistance to poison, sleep, silence, and stone for all allies for 3 turns.
That's interesting, though, I want to note, because that's an accessory, right?
Yes,
So
it
that's
is.
interesting. It's going to work for all of your allies? Is it going to give you an ability? I'm curious to how they work this out.
I think it's going to be an ability that's attached to the
Right.
accessory, which is still going to be great.
Right.
It's definitely going to be good for Arena for those of you that hate status elements.
Yeah,
Having that resistance is definitely going to be good. And if you happen to beat the trial with absolutely 0 items, you will be getting the typical reward of a Trust Moogle of 10%. So those are always welcome. Definitely very welcome. Especially with the near banner right now. Of course, a lot of the TMR Moogles are available through the raid, and you can just kind of get your own and or get a lot through that if you've been farming it religiously, like most of us have. But staying on the topic of the Marlboro, 5 units are going to be making the return for the coming banner, which is going to be on Friday, which is going to be Kefka, Cloud of Darkness, Warrior of Light, Soleil, and the return of Transterra.
Nice, interesting. And all of these units are supposed to provide some kind of advantage against Marlboro, which is interesting.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. All of which can go up to 6-star. However, two of them are 3-star base, which are Cloud of Darkness, which we had mentioned before, and Kefka. Now, each of them, like Nick said, will provide some sort of help during the trial. Cloud of Darkness will more than likely be for Omniveil if there's any elemental damage coming from Marlboro, or the comeback, which is, like I mentioned before, it removes all status elements from your team. Now, Kefka, on the other hand, may not necessarily be great for his damage, because he's definitely not at the top of the list of damage dealers for mages, but his Trust Mastery Award is probably among one of the best in the game, which is Ribbon, which gives you 5 magic and spirit, but it nullifies just about every status ailment: poison, blind, sleep, silence, paralysis, confusions, disease, and stone.
Yep.
So pretty much every status ailment you could possibly want to avoid is protected under Ribbon.
Yep. Definitely an excellent TMR. If you have a couple of Kefkas, if you want to get a couple of Kefkas, it's not only for this trial, but just in general. To have full status immunity is pretty awesome and invaluable for your Brave Exvius career.
Oh yeah, very. Especially if you do weekly arena and all that, it's definitely going to be a very, very
Yeah,
good TMR to
you
have
can
on
use it
some of
forever.
your units. Yes, it's definitely or what is the word? It's something you just can't miss to not have in your inventory.
Oh yeah.
As far as Soleil, she does have a skill called Endless Turn, which nullifies sleep, paralysis, confusion, petrify, and boosts your MP by 15%, which is going to be very, very good for your team to just have in general on you. Of course, with her enhancements as well, like we mentioned before, those stats that she's going to be getting for most of her dances is also going to be a huge boost in trying to defeat the boss. Warrior of Light makes his millionth return into banners.
Right.
Probably among one of the best tanks in the game right now due to his versatility and due to his breaks. He does have 45% breaks for 3 turns built into his kit. He also does have a raise, however, it is the very weak raise. I believe it's only 20-25% HP. But if you don't have a solid tank, he will definitely be something you might want to pull for. Especially with his recent 6-star enhancement, he's definitely at the top of the list for many, many players as far as being a quote-unquote budget tank. You know.
Yep.
And last, but
If you're without a tank, definitely go for a Warrior Light. He's great and pretty much the only tank that excels above him, and not necessarily better than him, but just in different category is Wilhelm. So yeah, he's definitely a tank to pull for if you are missing a tank.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least is Transterra. When she made her debut several months back, she was a kind of at that point right around when I think right around when Tillith came out the first time. And she's definitely a solid unit. It does have a good amount of elemental coverage. Her TMR is actually really, really good, particularly for Tillith. However, not to its full potential. I think there are better TMRs now at this time that are better useful for her, but definitely not necessarily bad. It does give her defense and spirit by increase of 12. The 30% increase in MP, and the innate dual cast ability that it provides you. Now, this is also something that was provided for Refia, because Refia at the time was the top healer, and having a dual cast was almost crucial for her.
Right. So having that on an accessory definitely helped, and not only that, but it provided you with quite a substantial buff on top of that.
Yes, definitely. So those are the units that are going to be coming in this coming banner. For veteran players, I would say save your lapis, save your tickets. This is not the banner you want to pull for. There is not enough units to really warrant going for. If you're a fan of Transterra, then by all means go for it. But again, this is definitely not the banner to pull for. For you New Year players, there's definitely some good units in this banner. Everybody has their benefits to an extent. Cloud of Darkness is going to be one of those niche units. But for everybody else, they might be a very filling potential unit you might want to have in your team at some point, or even for their Trust Mastery rewards.
Yeah, Transterra is quite good if you happen to pull her off of this banner somehow. She has Imperil, so she can provide a elemental debuff to opponent, and it's a all elemental debuff. She has magical activation into Chaos Wave, which is a pretty decent damaging and chaining ability. She has innate dual cast, and if you have a Noctis and can give her Ring of the Lucii, she'll be quite good. She breaks 1,000 mag, so yeah, this banner is nothing special, but if you happen to pull one of these units, they are good units. If you pull Transterra, definitely be happy. I think she's pretty cool. So, yeah, not bad banner.
Yeah.
Alright, well, that's it for Marlboro related topics. And now we have the new event. We heard about it back at Paris Fan Festa, and now it's finally here. It's the latest Ariana Grande event.
Yeah. This time around, she has a completely renovated unit. She has her own, I believe she's going to have her own set of skills and all that. However, just to briefly go over, there is going to be a Dangerous Woman Tour ticket giveaway. It is only available for players who play on global version and who reside in Taiwan and Singapore, who are above the age of 18. We will post the remainder of the information and the link to how to participate in the description below once we put this up on YouTube, or once you guys start watching this rather. And you guys can go ahead and participate if you guys have any friends in Singapore, or who play Brave Exvius and want to participate and potentially go to the tour, then let them know.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that was going on, but that's cool.
Yeah. So the Ariana Grande event starts on Friday after restart. She's going to have a decent TMR of 25% MP, magic and 15% MP. It's definitely up there for some mages. Considering it's a free unit that you'll be able to get just by completing the beginner portion of the event, you'll get her for free. She is a 4-star base going on to a 6-star. She does. You do need to participate in the event in order to awaken her, I believe, through 5 and 6-star.
Okay.
But you do get some interesting gear for her that is available to. Some of it has exclusive stats just for her, but I believe only one or two. I think it's only one that is exclusive to females only, which is fashionable dancewear. It gives you 28 defense, 28 spirit, and it gives you immunity to paralysis. Now, overall, that's a pretty good piece of equipment, considering it's going to be free for completing the intermediate version of the event. It is, again, females only, but if you happen to slap this onto Chic Ariana, you do get a bonus 20% HP on her.
All right, nice little extra bonus.
Yeah. For the advanced version of the event, you get microphone stand, which is a weapon, a hammer of sorts, which gives you 16 attack and 72 magic. And if you slap this on Ariana, you will get an additional 20% MP.
Nice.
Yeah. Uh, Moving on to the next item, you get Magical Scrunchie, which is an accessory that gives you 20% magic, 5 defense, and spirit. And if you put this on Ariana, you will also get auto refresh. And last but not least, if you beat this on Elite, you do get a Trust Moogle of 10%. So never
Awesome.
straight away. Yep. So we
Always
get,
take some more of those.
yes, you can never have enough Moogles. Never, ever, ever. And the boss that you're going to be fighting resists all elements except for earth and ice. And Spirit Slayer is heavily effective on this boss as well. So for those of you who happen to use it during the King Mog raid way back then, which seems like ages ago, but it was only about a month and a half ago. If you happen to have that materia equipped with whoever you were using at the time, more than likely Orlando, you can bring that out again because you will be needing it for this trial to get that bonus damage.
Yeah, I believe Spirit Slayer comes in a silver chest. I'm not sure which map, but if you don't have Spirit Slayer, look that up on the wiki and go grab that. It's practically free.
Yeah, so just playing the game and you get Spirit Slayer for free.
Yep. Yeah, so that seems like a pretty cool event. I like the rewards. 20% worth of TMRs from both blogs.
Yeah.
Pretty good. They've been pumping out lots of content, lots of stuff going on, even though they slapped us back to back with the Veritas and Nier banner, but that's okay.
Yeah, so this is again, going back to the banner. You don't need to pull on it. Save your money.
Yeah.
Put the whatever you didn't spend on your third mortgage you took out for Dark Veritas and for Nier. Just go ahead and give that money back to the bank. You're not going to need it for this week, but next week, who knows? It could be Onion Knight coming around. It could be Ayaka. It could be a lot of different units. We don't know yet, but definitely stay tuned for that in the future episodes and find out what we are going to be getting. But for now, just enjoy the event, TMR farming. Continue on the Nier event. Definitely don't stop doing that. It's free. Lots of good stuff. I know Nick managed to catch up on the remainder of his espers, and now I believe we're all maxed out now.
Yep.
With the Magacite that's in there. And of course, you do get that free unit. I believe it's Adam in there.
Yes.
Yes.
And his TMR is excellent, very excellent for being free. 20% HP. Get as many as you can.
Stock up.
Definitely. All right. Well, got anything else you want to say? You choking on a piece of ice?
Yeah. No. Again, as always, thank you guys for all your support. Please share this video. Follow us on Twitch, Twitter. Follow Nick. He's at JRPG or twitch.tv/JRPG_live. And then you can catch me on Twitch as well, twitch.tv/Lethali with a 7. So definitely, follow us on there. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you haven't already, check out the other videos we've had posted up there. We're at episode 5 now. So we've definitely got lots of content, lots of stuff to talk about. And just let us know, give us some feedback. We're always open to new ideas. Any suggestions are always welcome. And just keep on enjoying the show. And thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, definitely. So, unfortunately, we had a little bit of technical difficulty and couldn't use the new overlay. You might have noticed that we're back to the old overlay previous of when Pound Town showed up. So next week that'll be back. We'll have that fixed. Just couldn't take care of it in time. And thanks for putting up with me. I'm kind of sick today. I don't know if you could notice. If not, wonderful. But if so, I hope it wasn't too bad. I got a bad sinus infection, so it is what it is. Didn't want to miss another week, so here we are. But yeah.
Yeah. Hiring Dan was very expensive, so
Yeah, definitely. But we'll have all links for everything in the description. So yeah, be sure to follow us. Check out the Ariana Grande link. If you're not playing Brave Exvius, what the hell are you doing? Check that link out and start playing the game. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
take care, guys.